Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am here, rocking and rolling. Let's go. What you got? What you got? What you got? It's a great day, my friends, and I'm glad you joined me. Thanks for being a part of this journey together. Um, my name is Carlos. I am the we are the Amish Matchmakers, my wife and I, and we help Amish singles to find godly spouses, create epic marriages, and develop legacies that are rooted in faith, freedom, and above all else, love. Hope you find love. It's worth it. And today, we're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about the friend zone again. Um, but before we get started, who's out there? Who's joining me this morning? Is there anyone out there? Hello. Us live streamers were lonely and when nobody joins us. And I often wonder if it's even showing up on some platforms. So, not sure. There it is. Someone's showing up now. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you. Cheers. Couple eyeballs starting to show up. This is what it's like when you first start. Just learning to connect, learning to grow, learning to see if people's out there. Hello. But you are out there. Good morning. Hey, my good friend, Mission Picker. I know who you are. Hey, bro. Thanks for being here, man. You're always faithful to say good morning and let me know you're here. So thank you. That means a lot. Oh, I left the phone out here. I'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. We are live. Just left my phone out here. Different phone. With my notes on it. I'm back. Okay. So here we are. Here we are. It is a great day to be here and walk through this process together. Thanks for being here. So today I wanted to go through and talk about, continue to talk about the friend zone. I'm in the friend zone. No. Now what? Man, how'd it go? Some of you men last night I had a talk with. We connected. We have our group, our community, Epic Your Life community, that we are developing legacies. That's where the legacy portion comes in. Single to Married is Jesse and Adina Kaufman's community on school, single to married. And it's actually where you can learn and grow to get married. Learn the skills, learn the confidence, communication skills, and commitment skills. Yes, they are skills, decisions, and then skills that develop to help you get engaged. And once you're engaged, then you um, go over to then you become a good candidate, and you grow and become a man or woman that qualifies to be a part of Epic Your Life. All right. Good morning, Lamar. Thanks for being here, Lamar. Appreciate you. And so glad you're a part. This early morning, early risers, man. Early bird gets the worm. We're all here. Eagles. We're not going for the worm. We're going for the fish, the cod. But it is a great day to be here with y'all and glad to have you on this great morning. We are going to be working on what happens when we're in the friend zone. What do we do from there? Oh, that's what I started to say. Some of you men joined me last night as we were on our men's community group. Oh my goodness, I can't think. Let my coffee's kick in. All right, so Epic Your Life is a space for developing and building legacy. We do that together in that group. Chantel and I lead that community and help people to develop the skills it takes to have an epic marriage through marriage mastery and then on to legacy leadership. It's a process of development, process of personal growth and development, but also a process of developing our portfolios in business, portfolios in finances, and portfolios in investments, and whether it's real estate development or acquisition of companies to develop out your portfolio. That's what we do, and that's what we help others to do the same. And it's been a beautiful journey, by the way, doing these things. And we have gained the reputation of being the Amish Matchmakers through this process, as we have been many years developing and working with people. And 80% of our clientele happen to be previously, or I should say, happen to be Amish or, Anabaptist descent. Some are Amish, but the mainstream that you probably know about, those of you that are not Amish and are watching this, is the Amish culture. Yes, buggy Amish. They ride buggies. They don't believe in necessarily technology, depending on it is a religion, but it is a culture as well and a language. So I'm very blessed and grateful and proud to be working with the Amish culture, the Amish people, and every day it seems like someone comes on here and says, "So are you Amish?" No, I am not. I am as what they call English, and we want to um, just share with you some nuggets and some wisdom we've learned over the years. We've developed content, we've developed strategies and skills that will help you to find love and keep love and make it epic. That's what we feel is really important in developing your skills and relationship. So we're glad. Think so? Get your fake mustache. Yeah. I gotta tell you, some of these comments that come across here on YouTube. Welcome. If you got great comments, I'll actually share them with everyone, share them with the world and publicly. But if they're just silly, they're silly. Thanks for being here. But the friend zone. So in marriage, you can be put in the friend zone. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday. What does that mean to be in the friend zone? If you're single, it's obvious. That's not the friend zone. I don't want to be the friend zone. I really am trying to pursue this woman and she puts me in the friend zone. Now what do I do? But it also can take place when you're engaged or when you're living with a woman and you haven't gotten engaged. You're just dating, but you're living together and you've become complacent and you become just roommates. Yeah, occasionally maybe you make love and you have intimacy, but for the most part, you're just roommates. There's nothing like exotic or exciting about your relationship anymore. It's not progressing. There's no marriage. There's no dreams. There's no like anniversaries planning or anything for your future. Or maybe you're married and now you're just working. You're clocking in, clocking out, clocking in, clocking out. Come home, watch your favorite series, and go to bed. Like you're just, life is not designed life. You're just taking life as it comes. And that can be very frustrating. It can get old very fast. So, in all three cases, whether you're single, engaged or living with a woman, or married, you can be put in the friend zone. And what I mean by that is the fact that you are no longer in a state of like excitement and energy, and we're dreaming together, we're growing together, we're going after life together, we're designing our life, and it's awesome and it's fun, epic. Your life is not epic. Your life is just boring and normal and simple. And again, hey, if that's for you, all right. Well, this probably isn't the channel for you then, because we're here to talk about what epic looks like, to have an epic life. Thus, the name Epic Your Life is our community and is our movement of a group of community leaders who are creating extraordinary. That's what Epic Your Life means to us, is you're creating extraordinary. How is it you're creating it for us? We're creating extraordinary lives, extraordinary marriages, extraordinary singles that develop into extraordinary couples, that develop extraordinary businesses and extraordinary legacy, which would be family. And actually, businesses are part of a powerful legacy. So, all right, let's go into it then, shall we? The friend zone, part two. Dun dun dun. You're in it now. What next? Well, she likes you as a person, but doesn't feel romantic pull. Well, that can happen in marriage, like I said, or if you're living together. This happened yesterday. We went over this because we didn't have good, clear communication. We weren't confident. You've been acting potentially like a friend, but not pursuing her and going after her with an intention and with purpose and passion. She enjoys the attention, but you're not moving it forward. She doesn't see direction, and frankly, she probably doesn't see a leader in you. And I would say that that's part of what happens even in a marriage, or people, couples that are living together. And people often tell me, "Well, I don't need to get married. That's just a piece of paper." Okay, well, that's your perspective, and I honor that, and I allow you to have your perspective and understanding. However, it's called commitment. There's where commitment lies, and the ability to be committed to the next level is proven through a ring. It's proven through a piece of paper. It's proven through the willingness to document what you've done and declare it. So that's up to you. You can keep doing what you're doing. We're here to talk about epic. If you want an epic life, you want an epic marriage, epic relationships, you probably ought to take it to the next level. I'm serious. The friend zone is not a life sentence, but it is a sentence that says, look, you're not doing what it takes. You're not creating an environment of epic. You're not creating adventure. And it's a when someone puts you in the friend zone, or when you feel it in your relationship that it's stagnant, you feel that it's become complacent, and that it's like friends with benefits, right? There's not this full on commitment. Look, it's a time for you to gain. It's a clarity test. It's clarity on where you want to go, who you are, and what you're about as a man. Your options. You get to pick something. You get to do something different if you'd like. Um, if you want her, you must start stepping up as a leader. If you want this to become epic instead of stagnant, and instead of it just being plain. I mean, it's interesting because it's the same process if you're married as it is if you're single. It's the same process if you're living together and it's becoming stagnant. It's the same process if your marriage is just stagnant and plain. It seriously is. And by the way, best friends, I will tell you, become the best soulmates, become the best spouses. They really do. So when you hear someone put you in the friend zone, it's just a level of relaxation of being able to develop your relationship when you're single, and be able to develop it. Maybe you slow it down a little bit. If you didn't get a chance to hear Chantel tell the story yesterday, it's true. She put me in the friend zone. It was real. And men, if you don't have confidence, you see the friend zone as it's over. There's no hope for me. I have no future. What I saw when Chantel said to me, you know, I don't want to be the other woman, and we should slow this down. I'm feeling this vibe from you. I think we need to just be friends. And I was like, so you're saying I got a chance? That's literally what I felt, what I heard, and it's real. What do you hear? What do you hear? When your wife says to you, or your girlfriend that you're living with says to you, "Hey, I just feel like our relationship is kind of stagnant. Like there's no excitement or energy, or I'm wondering if this is even meant to be." And you got all this fear and doubt creeping up. Why is that? Why is the fear and doubt creeping up? You know, um, if you are single and you can handle it when someone puts you in the friend zone, you don't have to stay in that friend zone. I'm being real here. But if you're going to be bitter and jealous and feel stuck, don't pretend. Be real with yourself. Release and start fresh. Some people can't handle it, and I get it. And this is part of the process, by the way, of developing your confidence as a man, developing your confidence as a leader. Sometimes when you just stay in the middle, and you're like, well, I just will be her friend, and at least I get to stay close to her. That is not being a pursuer, and that is not the place you want to be, the middleman that's just, she's sharing with you in confidence all of her challenges with her boyfriends and the relationships she's having. And you think, well, at least I'm close to her. I get to be her friend. Well, look, I'm telling you, that is not what you want to be. Yeah, a friend is great. However, can you handle it? Clarity conversation. If you truly are single, and if you're excuse me, if you're single and you truly are been put in a friend zone, it's important to communicate this. Like, I want to work on pursuing you. I've enjoyed talking with you, but I want to be honest. I am interested. Can we get to know each other a little bit more? Can we work on this? Not just a friend. Would you be open to more intentional? Would you be open to exploring a greater depth and getting to hear what it is? She may say, I've got this plan, a 5-year plan, that I'm going to finish college, or I'm going to finish school before I think of any relationships. And then you've got to honor that too. There is a place of honor. And also, are you willing to wait? Do you love her and want to pursue her for the long term? And again, if that truly is true, then right, she's not going to be dating anybody, not just you, but she's going to be focused on her schoolwork. Right, there is these situations like that as well. Um, Another thing you can say in situations like that, when you're single and pursuing a girl that's putting you in the friend zone, just saying, I want to be clear, I'm interested in you, and I would like to take you out and take it to the next level. I want to be real. And if you only see me as a friend, I respect that. I just need to know, and I want to be direct and real with you. Because oftentimes, would you consider me for a relationship? Would you consider us continuing to get to know each other, to develop dreams and goals together? Again, being more direct is better than beating around the bush or pretending like you want something but don't know what you want, and it seems very wishy-washy, and it's not confident and direct. Like, even if it stings when she says, no, I'm sorry, I've got this thing I'm working on, I don't want a relationship right now. It's uncomfortable to say. It really is. It can be very uncomfortable. However, it's better to be clear and confident when your communication than to be wishy-washy. It really is. Another thing that happens when men get nervous when you're trying to, you know, develop a relationship with a girl, and is you talk too much, right? Or maybe you don't talk at all. There's usually one extreme or the other. But it's this balance of asking questions and then pausing and letting her listen. Or excuse me, letting her answer and you listening with intention. Um, and how you respond to her answer matters. When Chantel told me this, I didn't say, what? Oh my gosh, no, no. And I didn't get all emotional and sad. I said, okay, that's fine. We could be friends. Um, so you're saying I got a chance. I'm telling you, that praise, if you can truly hear that in your brain. But what does it take to hear that in your brain as a single person, a single man? It takes a lot of work and confidence of knowing that you have skills, knowing that you can work and develop this relationship with a person, and knowing that, getting to know someone on a deeper level is truly what makes a difference in your relationship. So if she says yes or maybe, don't celebrate and disappear. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you ghost her because, oh, I no longer need to pursue this woman. I've got her. No, that's just the beginning. And if she says, okay, yeah, possibly, then say, great. What are you doing Thursday night? Or great, what are you doing Saturday night? Love to just hang out. Let's go get some food. Let's go get dinner and a movie. Get to know each other. Go have some coffee again. You know, and then part of the process of even building a relationship, whether you're in the friend zone or whether you're in the you're single and in the friend zone, is that connection and affection and leadership. Men, hear me. This is whether you're single, you're dating or living with a woman, or you're um, married and feel like you're in the friend zone because there's no passion in that marriage. It's real. The fire's gone for you. Then I want you to consider the process of what we talked about as Epic 30. And I want you to consider beginning to connect with her and lead her even in a level of spirituality, even in a level of this whole writing the letter to the Father and receiving a letter back from him and then sharing with others this letter is part of our process, right? To release, receive, and then give. It's the giving part. As a leader, man, we can give to, and it's gonna feel uncomfortable. I'm like, man, they don't want to hear from me, and I ain't got nothing to say, and nothing I say is important, and it's not gonna. She's gonna laugh at me. She's gonna make fun of me. My spirituality is not beneficial to anyone. You're going to have a lot of negative self-talk. Do it anyways. Do it for love. Do it for confidence and courage, and do it because you have control over your mind and your fear. Fear is not real. We talked about this last night. A group of men that I share with every Monday evening. We have a private group on school.com, SKOOL.com, Epic Your Life private group and on Mondays is the men's meet together. I meet with the men, and Chantel, my wife, meets with the women, and we talk about things. And one of the things we talked about last night, that fear is not real. It's not. It's something you have to learn. It's something that you're taught. It's not something you're born with. It's not. It's a mind understanding in your mind, and I shared many stories. But the bottom line is that your fear of rejection, your fear of failure, is holding you back. It's the process. It's the action of doing it, doing it, doing it. Some of the greatest people on the planet. Actually, let me just tell you this: billionaires, talking about money now and results that are real from that can be proven by the fact that somebody has money. Billionaires actually fail more than you and I do, and they're willing to fail. That's actually how they became billionaires, because they go after it with no fear, with tons of action. They go after it, go after it, go after it, and guess what happens? They get results, not because they did it once, but because they were willing to do it 10,000 times, if that's what it takes to learn, get better, and gain more wisdom and grow. You never lose, you learn. So they learn faster than we do. Why? Because they go do it. They take action and they fail. Failure is a teacher. Fear is not real. It's not real. Are you willing to see that? Are you willing to understand that? And then how do you respond to her? That's what I'm saying, because the confidence comes through on how you respond. If she says yes, if she says maybe, don't celebrate. Don't be a freak. Just be real and say, okay, great. Let's get together this Thursday. How's Thursday? Or what are you doing Saturday night? When's your next day off? Let's hang out then. I'd love to get some coffee and maybe catch a movie or something. What's your favorite food again? And let's go get some food. Um, if she says no, let's just be friends. Say, okay, that's cool. Thanks for being honest. I respect you, and I'm going to just work on our friendship now. Do you see how you can still work on the friendship and develop that relationship? And what you do though is you're willing to honor and respect that, but continue to develop the relationship, continue to build a friendship. What does a friendship look like? And how can you develop that? And this is where the Epic 30 comes in, because as a leader and as a man, can you continue? I've worked with men even that are separated from their wives, going through a divorce, and they want to try to build this back. It's the same kind of situation. You've been definitely thrown into the friend zone, except for it's a friend zone with zero benefits. And a lot of times she's trying to even push you away, isolate you, and you want this back. Well, you got to work on it then. You got to show her and lead by example. Maybe it's through this Epic 30 process. If you're a believer like I am, I can only talk to you about doing it from a stance of being a believer and being able to utilize the Bible and utilize what you know and your connection to the Father. That's what I'm going to talk to you about, because that's what I do. That's what I know. That's what's given me the best results, is to trust Papa, trust a Father that blesses you and wants to speak to your heart, speak to your soul, your core, and speak to you as a man of God and develop you in confidence and courage. So as you're connecting with the Father and you begin to develop this relationship, you can share it with others. Well, that's where this friend zone can come in. And that's where, too, if you are separated from your wife, it's gotten that bad, or you become complacent, you're living with a girl and it's become complacent for you and there's no connection and there's no like direction and no growth, start connecting to the Father. Again, you're hearing me talk about these situations. Doesn't mean I believe in that or agree with that. I do believe in marriage. I do believe if you're living together, you are married, actually. If you're living together, sleeping together, that is by biblical standards that you're actually married. Now, again, I do believe there is something powerful with that piece of paper and that covenant and that declaration of marriage and commitment to each other. I really believe in that 100%. We officiate weddings. And I do believe in the covenant of marriage and the documentation of it and declaration. So hear that. But I'm talking about situations, circumstances I know some of you are in. If you're in it, tell me. I'm curious where you're at in your relationships. Are you single? Trying to find a woman? Are you living with a woman or dating and it's high commitment, sleeping with a woman? Or are you married and actually have the documentation, but again, you're feeling like you're in the friend zone, feeling single at times because there's no excitement? It's not epic. That's who I'm talking to here. And so when you're in this process, the Epic 30 comes in because as I get a word from Father, right? I journal, release, then I receive a word from the Father. Random Bible search, and He really speaks to your core, and then give. Release, receive, give. Give to others. Well, the give to others part is I can share with this person that I'm pursuing. Again, if you are a believer like I am, and the person you're pursuing is a believer, and they'll appreciate it. Again, I'm not here to tell you in other strategies, because that's not what I'm about. I'm about utilizing my connection to the Father, my connection to Abba, Papa, and that relationship that comes through. That is possible because of the blood of Jesus Christ. That's what I believe and understand and know. And so that relationship with Father, now you can share with others, and that other can be either your girlfriend, potential girlfriend, or even your spouse. Why is it important? Because that's part of leadership, leading even in spirituality and connection and understanding. So if I am journaling, releasing, then receiving a word from Father through random Bible search, and then I'm writing out a letter back to myself, what it was that Father spoke to me through that verse, and then I share with others. I'm sharing with others. It's the process we do. The word that I received and how it benefited me, and then I'm sharing with others too, which could be this potential girlfriend, the word that I got, but then also what I'm grateful for about her and what she's worthy of. But guess what? You got to know her to do that. So even if you're in the friend zone and you know her and you can bless her with what God is showing you, and also with Gratitudes and worthies. Gratitude of what you're grateful for, who she is, some features about her, her beautiful eyes, her amazing hair, her awesome legs, the incredible um let's see, woman that she is. If it's your wife, or if it's someone you're dating, or if she's a mother, the amazing mother that she is, the incredible person. What about her strengths? What about her personality do you like best? You can say you're grateful for. Do you like about her interests? You can say you're grateful for. And then there's goals and needs. What are her goals? What are her needs? Let her know she's worthy of having those goals and needs come to pass. Are you following me? This is where GWs and understanding someone's sign, strengths, interests, goals, and needs. When you're forming them, asking questions about their family, asking questions about their occupation, asking questions about what they like to do for fun, recreation. Form. Remember that? Some of you have heard me talk about this. It's all part of communication, asking good questions, learning about someone, and then being able to speak life over them. This is the process. And so if you did that once a week to start with, and then if she didn't respond, it's okay. Do it again the next week. If she starts responding and says, "Thank you. This is great. I've never had anybody do this to me, but it really encouraged me today." Then you could do maybe twice a week. And then maybe you could say, "Can we go to coffee? I'd love to share with you again what my word was today." Like, it gives you point of contact. And then we have a process too that's called Feldspar. It's another acronym where you can learn about someone's dreams and on a deeper, bigger level. We call it start sparring first, going over spiritual stuff and what are some of their spiritual goals. Because again, if you're connecting about the word, connecting about Papa, you can talk about spiritual things. And then what's the P in sparring is the physical. What are some of your goals that you're going after for your health and your physical development? Again, these are less, like personal. A lot of times, hey, people have to go, "I'm going to drop weight, or I'm going to, get healthier or stronger. I've been working out. I want to do this Spartan race," right? And then what kind of adventure do you want to have in your life? What kind of adventures do you dream about, and goals do you have for adventure? See, this is sparring, SPAR. And then R is relationship. Where do you see your relationship? As a friend, you can ask that. Where's your relationship going? Right? Where do you want your relationships to go to? When do you see yourself, getting married? And do you want to get married someday? Again, this is all part of relationship and development, but it's part of the goals and their goals and desires. When you learn that about someone, it creates a deeper, more meaningful relationship and connection. Look, we're called to love one another, love our neighbor. So love first in the sense of relationship and connection, and the intimate, like becoming one flesh and getting married and connection, and having a love and affection that creates connection, that causes you to have this hopefully covenant and commitment to each other that allows you to get married and then develop life together, an epic life together. Look, that's all part of the process. But do you know her? And men, if you're married or you're living with her, do you know her? Seriously, do you know her? Tell me then about her goals. Tell me about her needs. Tell me about her dreams. Tell me what strengths she has, and what are some of her interests. What are some of her skills? What's her skill set? What does she want in life? Do you know these answers? What is she going after? What are some of the desires she has? Or are you just caught up playing video games, or caught up trolling and scrolling on doom scrolling on social media, and you don't even give her a time of day? Seriously, are you pursuing her? Come on, man. All right, break time. Drink them if you got them. Coffee break. Also, this is live and in person. I'm going to read some of these comments and see who I need to block if they're just, not honoring. I want to see you shave. That's funny. I want to see you shave. That's a funny one. I'll post that one. You do? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Like, subscribe, and when we get to a thousand subscribers and followers on YouTube, I'm gonna shave this mustache off first. And yeah, heck, I'll shave my beard off. I'm not attached to it. But again, I'm putting the challenge out there. I'd love to get. We want to. Our next target is to get to 1,000 subscribers. The Amish Matchmakers. So spread the word. If you're Amish, spread the word, and everyone will Dude, that's the Amish. Once they get going with this, it does take off like crazy. You support the Amish? Oh, okay, cool, cool. That's good. I'll show that one. Good morning, Carlos. Hey, brother. Rick. There he is, the man, Rick Yoder. Okay, all these comments are pointless. I just want to say I appreciate you talking about this, man. Me and my relationship have been going through some things, and this is good. All right. Thanks. Thank you. See, look at that. That's awesome. Do you have questions? Since you're actually making great comment and taking this serious, it's fine. Those that are trolling and you're a good speaker. Well, thank you. I received that. Tell me about your relationship stuff. I'd love to answer questions. It is always more beneficial because this is live. If someone's asking real questions, that's what I love to go after because people can relate and understand when you're having challenges. Um, I'm a part of the Amish. Okay, hello. The executive Amish board, and I'll be confiscated electrical device. Now that is funny, bro. That's a good one, right, Richard? That's a really good one. I want to know more about what you have to do with the Amish. Well, so again, 80% of our clientele are previously Anabaptist, I should say, or Amish or Mennonite. They come from that culture. They are part of that culture still. Um, that's why we got that reputation, my wife and I, Amish Matchmakers. It's because of working with the Amish the last 5 years, and 80% of our clientele are from the Amish culture or Anabaptist culture, which is Amish, Mennonite, Heterite, or something like that. Jesse Kaufman knows all these terms. See, I'm just learning all these things. And by the way, if you are Amish out there, Mennonite, let's see if I do this well. We Gates, something like that. That's how they greet, right? I don't know. You can correct me. Those of you that are out there, I'm just trying to learn how to say some of the words. But again, more about the Amish thing. Your device is getting confiscated. All right. Yeshua means Yahweh. Salvation. Yahweh is the abbreviation of meaning I am, that I am. So Jesus' name means I am salvation. Okay, that's cool. I'll put that. Cool. Thanks for sharing. Don't know why you shared it, but okay, cool. Funds. Love is for women and children. Oh, that's fine. Love is for me as well. So the Jews. I don't know what you said Jews for. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. I'll show that comment. Thank you. Speaking life is not. Well, we can agree to disagree. I disagree with you wholeheartedly. To speak life is very biblical. You're supposed to edify and lift people up. There's Jesse. I read all the comments. What's he saying? And if any real serious questions are asked, I'm happy to answer them. V Gates! There we go. Thanks, Jesse. V Gates! V Gates! V Gates! V Gates! He's always trying to help me perfect that. My man, Jesse. Thanks, bro. Pronounce V Gates. V Gates. Cheers and hello in Dutch. All right. So, questions about relationship. I do love seeing those and hearing those. But let's get back to when you're in the friend zone. What's a step-by-step process of what do I do now? Well, you go find someone that if you don't feel comfortable and you want to start fresh, start fresh. It's not the end of the world. Seriously. That's what I have to say first and foremost. It is not the end of the world. Hey, thanks, Jesse. He says I did pretty good with it. He gets a little delay on seeing the comments, but that's cool. If look, part of this too is like this interesting, weird emotional attachment that sometimes happens. Men, again, you believe that you were in a relationship. I've seen this with women as well. My wife and I, Chantel, we coach both men and women in relationships in all different levels. By the way, whether they're single, dating, engaged, or married, we've worked with all three categories, and currently do right now. We have all three categories that we are mentoring and working with. And we often see, especially people that are trying to date and work together, trying to pursue or be pursued. We encourage women, allow yourself to be pursued, make yourself available in the sense of being out there, communicating with men, connecting with men. And on the men's part, we say, hey, be the pursuer. You are the pursuer. And women, you need to be willing to be pursued. Like that's a thing. It really is. So we often tell men to be a pursuer, but what does that look like to pursue, and what does that mean? And are you truly pursuing, or are you obsessed? Are you suffocating? And did you believe something that was made up in your mind and she gave you no indicators? She was not trying to lead you on. She was just being kind and nice. And you thought that she was interested in you just because she's a kind person and nice. And now you're clingy. Now you're obsessed. You're texting her 3, 4 times a day and trying to figure out why she doesn't like you anymore, why she put you in the friend zone. Don't do that. That is like childish. That is overwhelming. That is suffocating. You don't want to do that. That's not what a leader does. You're making it feel like you're desperate and you can't live life without her. Look, that is, and ask me how I know. I done that when I was younger. I remember times that I was so emotionally attached, so freaking out about this girl that was breaking up with me or didn't want to date me or didn't want to have a relationship with me. You know, if you're being clingy, if you're still holding on and not really releasing to just be friends and learning about her. I'm talking about a single guy that's trying to pursue a woman that said, "Look, I'm just not going to have relationships right now." If you keep trying to be emotionally connected and clinging to her, you're going to create jealousy and confusion and resentment. And guess what? Really, you're going to lose self-respect. It's real. So your future wife isn't found by you staying stuck and attached in the friend zone. It's not where you're meant to be. Okay. And you are keeping you in the friend zone. That girl is not keeping you in the friend zone. There's plenty of people out there, plenty of women out there for you to pursue, man. So if you're single and someone puts you in the friend zone and you're stuck and you're like, well, I was meant to be with her. She was the one. No, she wasn't. There is no one. I'm sorry, there's not. I do not believe in that because we do not serve a God who controls and forces you or her to have to be together. That's not how he works. We have free will. And guess what? There's two people in this um, scenario, there's two people in this equation. And so they both have to say yes. They both have to decide. One has to be willing to be pursued, and you have to be willing to pursue her. And I promise you, being like jealous and being all weird and clingy and still, you know, lingering and looming and texting constantly and begging her to connect and begging her to spend time with you. Come on. That's desperate. That's icky. Women don't want that. That's not a leader. That's not a confident man that pursues people or pursues a woman. That's not how it looks. Imagine, I want you to imagine a lion that's pursuing a gazelle or pursuing its prey. Now, again, I'm talking about the passion. That is not, again, as a part of the friend zone is a mindset. It's exactly what I said. If you caught that, I hope you did. Is when Chantel said, "Hey, can we just?" I was like, "Okay." So you're saying I got a chance? Yeah, I'm good. Let's do this. I wasn't over texting her. Wasn't I was, hey, well, I know you're planning on backed off a little bit. And then I said, hey, I know you plan on going to the swap meet this weekend. Would you like someone to push the stroller for you? And subtly just kept connecting with her. And I pushed the stroller. Hazel was 18 months old. And, I just loved on Hazel. I connected with Mateo and just kept building the relationship and friendship with Chantel. Look, now we teach Epic Your Life together, and we built this community together, and we have become the Amish Matchmakers together. But it started from a friendship where we became literally best friends first. All right, let's see what some of these comments are, if they're beneficial and asking questions. I don't want a relationship. For some reason, I'm cooked. Well, it's obviously your experiences. I get it. That's not easy. I'm sorry you're going through that. Thanks for your honesty. We have a lot of people that we work with that are cooked, seriously, and that is like step one of becoming, is really becoming, getting to a place where you could pursue a woman again. If you're a male, if you are a woman, or being willing to be pursued. I can't tell. I think that's a man. It's hard to tell, by the way, because it says the name is always. Oh, it looks like a guy in the picture. Hard for me to tell. Sorry, it's a small picture. But again, I'm live here. Carlos Campos, Amish Matchmakers. And then the person here is showing some verses. Walk in the spirit, you shall not fulfill. Again, I'm not quite sure why they're posting verses. Are you trying to ask a question, trying to prove a point, giving us a Bible lesson and lots of verses? I'm not sure. Do you have a question? Mr. RK69RK. Glory to God. He gives us free will of choice to do his will. Amen. Hallelujah. Glory, 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 glory. I guess this is kind of nice to show. Took the time to show all those glory, 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 glory. Good night. May God bless all in the chat. Okay. I guess it was just a quick Bible lesson. In and out. A true evangelist, just in and out, and no relationship. Seriously. I'm just saying, like, I've been around a lot of people like that as well, that just post a bunch of stuff, or they come in and they want to give all these good words and tell everyone all these great verses and all their wisdom, and then no relationship, no connection. Just saying. Bye. It's all good night, folks. I'm out. Perfect reason and understanding right there is a perfect example of why some people don't have any relationship, and they're just preachers, and yeah, no connection, no love. I mean, that's literally not love, but okay. It's a form of, I guess, feeling good about yourself to give verses. Thanks for giving verses. All right. In the friend zone. And you are, or maybe you're now decided, okay, that person truly is going to do their thing. They're not looking to date. They're not looking to have a relationship. I'm confident, man. I might be single, but I'm going to go ahead and move. I'm going to pursue someone else. How about that? That's what I'm saying. Let's look at what it looks like to pursue someone else, to move on. Don't get stuck. Don't get obsessed. Obsession is not attractive, man. It's not. If you need her, that's obsession. It can develop into codependency. Ask me how I know. I've been there too. I have. So I'm here to tell you that's not attractive. That's not a beneficial. That's not what leaders do. Leaders lead by example, and leaders will be the ones to pursue Father in the relationship, Father God, Papa, as I love to call him, Abba, and showing their relationship with the Father and their confidence with knowing the Father, and then being able to connect and know others. You have confidence to know others. How? By asking questions, getting to know them, finding out their strengths, interests, goals, and needs. becoming more in depth in that relationship. It matters. It makes a difference. And how are you doing that? Well, you should be asking questions. Seriously. That's what brings understanding and connection is questions and relationship. And then being direct if you're pursuing someone. And by the way, I truly believe it's healthy and beneficial to have relationships with people to begin with. And then as you begin to figure out exactly what you want and who you're connecting to best, then you can narrow it down and actually start officially pursuing them for a more intimate relationship. You know, as we work with people and we're helping them in the process of matching up, it's hey, connect with 12 single women and start just communicating with them. No pressure, not trying to date them yet. You're just connecting, getting to know them. That is highly beneficial. And it's actually what love is to communicate, connect, get to know someone, ask questions, genuinely interested, smile when you're talking on the phone with them. And by the way, there's levels of connection and relationship. If you are communicating on the phone, that's one step above communicating through text or messenger. Seriously. So you've got messenger and text, graduate to a verbal conversation on the phone, right? So you can hear your tone of voice, you can hear yours, you can develop your communication skills in verbally communicating. And then the next level would be a video, right? You got your video phone, you're connecting with your phone with each other. And then the next level is to also meet in person. Okay? These are great levels of connection and furthering and developing that relationship. And I love the example of Jesse Kaufman, who I worked with to help him in matching up with his wife, Irina Kaufman, and connecting. And now that they teach this stuff, now they have their own private group on school, Single to Married, where they help people to get engaged. And we support them in that. We endorse their community because it's awesome. And what I did with Jesse is that this exact process, helping them to connect with several people just to build the skill. The repetition is what built the skill of connection and communication and becoming more confident, communicating well, and then learning what it looks like to be committed to a process of connection and intimacy and love and affection, and then to do it and keep doing it even into his marriage and relationship to Irina. It didn't stop. It just got better with more benefits. Super awesome. But along the process, he made lots of great friendships, connected with amazing women who, even one of them, he was connecting with and becoming more close to. He ended up officiating her wedding as she got married later on. After he married Irina, then she had a relationship and got married to a gentleman. Now she's having her second child, or she already have her second child. She's about to have a second child. But the point is that that's what true connection and relationship can look like, is that you build friendships, you build relationships, you build connections, and then you begin to decide through the process, especially if you've never even been on a date before. If you're like scared of dating, scared of what to talk about, who to talk to, and how to talk to them. I get it. And also you need to graduate from just texting or messaging on Facebook or texting someone that from the church or from the group, small group that you're in, and start having phone conversations, actual conversations where you're speaking to each other, and then potentially moving into video calls or meeting in person. If you live in the same area, meet in person. It's good, beneficial. Get to know each other, ask questions, practice sparring. And some of you are like, what does that even mean? We have this process. We have a matchmaking system, proprietary system that we created, Chantel and I, and we've developed and worked with Jesse and Avina to keep improving it and allowing them to use it in their school group on Single to Married. And it's powerful and beneficial. It's a process and it's very, very good. And it works. It's not, under like, it's not, what do they say? It's not on trial. The process is not on trial. It's people are like, well, what do you mean it works? I don't know. I tried everything. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Then keep saying you tried everything. Keep making excuses and keep staying stuck and single, or keep staying stuck in the friend zone. It's a mentality. Okay. So we want you to work on getting out of it and work on starting fresh, starting new. And it starts with our mind. It always does. And our confidence in who we are. What's your identity look like? And are you willing to communicate clearly on what you want? What are you looking for in a person? Clarity is important in all relationships, whether you're single, whether you're dating, or whether you're married. Clarity and communication is very important. What you want, what you want to pursue, what you want to create in your relationship, and then take action on it. Men, we've got to take action. We've got to step up and lead by example. We've got to step up and be the one that is willing to connect with the Father and then share that. Like that's part of this process too, to share what's on your heart, share what you're receiving, what's blessing you, that connection to the Father, and then be able to share it with others. That other being people that you're connecting with, and specifically women that are single that are um, potentials because they're single. It's honoring to be able to connect and tell them, share with them what Father's sharing with you, and then speak gratitudes over them, speak edification over them of worthies. Super powerful. And it's what God meant when he said love, to love. It's specific and it's throughout the Bible, ways that we can love and show love. All right, I'm going to go through some of these comments now to see if there's something on here. I gave your chat a like. Okay, thanks. I'm not even gonna answer that question. Watch one of the other lives you did about Chantel put you in the friend zone. It still wasn't clear to me though how you got out. Okay, okay, this is good. Did you keep connecting with her and then at a point you were like, hey, I know you said we're in the friend zone before, but I feel like we're connecting really well. Are you sure you wouldn't like to try for more at this point? So again, it's so interesting. In a true confidence situation, when you're confident and you know who you are. Um, and by the way, part of what just the backstory to give you a little backstory on the difference. So because I think it's good to have clarity on the whole situation. Um, Prior to me being married to my previous wife, Lee, um, I was had the reputation. This is real. I'm just being honest and real and open and transparent of being a womanizer. I had lots of girlfriends prior to getting married to Lee, my previous wife, of almost 14 years. I think we were married 13 years, something like that. Um, I was a womanizer. I had lots of girlfriends. And again, there's a lot of reasons why that took place and things. But the point is like that was my coping mechanism. That was my drug, if you would, was women. And I had a lot of girlfriends. Again, I'm just letting you know my past. So I had a lot of experience of and confidence in relationship and connection. So that's why I keep saying that's what I heard was so you're saying I got a chance when she put me in the friend zone. So number one is the mentality of what are you hearing when they say those words to you is very important. I would venture to guess, and I'm not saying that about this person in particular. Grayson, I happen to know you, Grayson. Hey, buddy. Um, I'm saying some people in general, when they hear, let's just be friends, they automatically hear, you're a loser, you suck, you are uh, um, ugly, you're stupid, you're no good. Like their mind just goes down this snowball effect. Um, yeah. And it's again that negative self talk. So that's why the mind is super important. Like when God says to us, for I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of courage and confidence or dunamis, love, real love, unconditional love, and the sound mind, self discipline, self control. Those three things are critical to, and part of it is the mind, the self control. It's those are three motivators. What motivates you? Well, having courage and confidence. And if you don't have enough of it, you can borrow some from me. I'm serious. Like sometimes we just have to do what our mentors or somebody tells us or shows us to do because we don't have the confidence or courage to do it. And we don't believe it's going to work. Number two is love. I want love so bad. It motivates me so much, and I can see the benefits of love. I'm going to do it. Or just discipline, self control, self discipline to master your emotions is part of the process of this. So to really tell you, so now fast forward, I got married, was married to um, Lee, uh, and was married to her for almost 13 years, I believe it was. Again, that's a whole nother story because that whole process was very toxic and codependent. And again, all the things that I'm telling you are not beneficial. I had that in my marriage. And yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But the point is that then when we were going through our divorce, Lee and I, and separated and realizing, yeah, it was toxic and we were killing each other and we were not like physically, mentally, emotionally. And a matter of fact, Lee has passed away a few months ago, several months ago. She passed away due to health issues. So, point being is now, when I met Chantel, um, I was confident when it came to relationship. That was never a challenge for me or never an issue. So when again going back to the fact that she put me in the friend zone, all I heard was, okay, so you're saying I got a chance. So and I'm not saying that I was rude or belligerent. I literally like what happened next was okay, cool. I'm cool with that. I can work with that. Awesome. I got it. I hear you. Great. Um, do you need someone to push the stroller at your at you're going to swap me tomorrow? Can we still hang out then? And what I heard is you're saying I got a chance. And again, I didn't become clingy. I didn't become needy and oh, come here, I need you. No, it's just hey, I want to get to know your daughter. She's 18 months old. She's beautiful, and I want to learn more about you. So you're going to swap meet. Let's go check out this swap meet. And I'm pushing the stroller and I'm hanging out with Hazel and playing with Hazel and having fun, loving her daughter, loving her son, and again connecting, just continuing to get to know Chantel and what she's all about. Her kids were a priority to her, and so they were becoming a priority to me. If that's her priority, I'm gonna learn what that's about. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't ever a point where I'm like, hey, so about that. Can we start this relationship then? It was not like that. It was, and I know that may sound strange, but it was smooth. It was just, we started to get to know each other more. I loved on her kids and she began to see me differently because I was leading. I was broken in a lot of ways because I'd gone through a rough divorce, but in a lot of ways I was very confident in the areas I was confident in, like music and even ministry and things in the word. Like I was confident in those things. I had been to Bible college, so I mean I was okay with even talking about this epic 30 process. At that time it wasn't called that. But I would journal and write a letter to Papa, and I taught her and showed her about this process, and she liked it. And I still remember even at one point where Chantel and I was like, hey, will you pray with me? She's like, no. She wasn't used to that. Now we pray with many people and it's totally evolved in that, but she was like, no, I'm not going to pray with you. So there was so many ways that I could have been rejected. So a lot of it, 99.999% of it is mindset, how you see it, what you hear. And believe me, I was like, I remember when she said you would pray with me. I was like, wait, what? What is wrong with you? Why wouldn't you pray with me? Like, and we tell the story. It's very, very funny. Um, like I said, now as a couple, we've laid hands on people. We've cast out demons together. We've healed the sick together. Like we've seen amazing miracles together. So we do pray for people and love ministering, blessing people with our heart and our prayers. And she's a prayer warrior, man. She changes atmospheres. She will get to praying and dancing. And woo! The room will shift. Come on. Anyways, all right. How do you know when to move on? So the good old friend zone. Hopefully I covered some of that with what I was saying. Like if it's truly like you're feeling like she is moving on, meaning she's not looking for a relationship, she's looking to truly, just focus on whatever she's focused on. Like it is. This is where it really is powerful and beneficial. Now, if you're officially in a relationship and connecting with a girl, that's different. These are different scenarios. We're talking about you're not going steady, you're not dating, you're not committed to anybody. If you're committed to someone and you just need to learn how to enhance that commitment, that's a whole different question. But if there's no commitment and I think it's very healthy and beneficial. Like I told you, what we did with Jesse, I've done with many other men. We have done actually since Jesse, I think we've done almost 28, 29 couples that we've mentored and helped to get matched up and engaged. I think it's almost 30 couples since 2020. In the last 5 years, as we were looking back, we've helped 30 couples, something like that, get together and match up and get married. We've mentored them, influenced them. Some of them we officiated their wedding, some of them we didn't. But again, super grateful for all the different situations that we were able to bless and help people in to match up, find their loved one, their spouse. It's a beautiful thing. So now going back, how do you know to move on? I think it's healthy and beneficial just to have lots of relationships and connections to start with, especially if you've never dated, you've never had a good, intimate like connection, relationship. I think it is to gather the skills, to gain the skills and connection. And again, it's funny because we did this and it sounds so strange. It might sound strange to you, but it's a strategy and a process. List out 12 single gals that you just want to start connecting with. Because again, when you're purposeful and strategic that way, you get better results, just like in business. Are you willing to go out there and connect with people for business and build relationships for your business? It's the same in business or finding a spouse. Sometimes we get so emotionally wrapped up and like attached to, oh no, what's wrong with me? Like, again, it's identity. But if you have a strong, confident identity, if you've done your MVP, all right, if you're doing Epic 30, you're developing your confidence and courage through that process. Are you sharing Epic 30 with others? And then have you gone through the Triggers to Triumph process? We have 3 core activities that will keep you moving forward and keep you growing and developing. If you're actually doing all 3, if you know what all 3 are and you're applying it in your life, which Mr. Grayson, I love you, bro, but you should know those 3 core activities and have you practiced all 3 of them consistently. That's part of the process. When you find yourself stuck, Triggers to Triumph to get unstuck mentally, emotionally, right? Number 2, Epic 30. Are you constantly developing, communicating, declaring out loud, practicing those things of gratitude, worthies, declaring, communicating that word from Papa? Number 3, are you and have you developed your MVP and continue to develop who you are, your identity, identifying it, what you want, and then declaring it and refining it? Are you? Do you know what it is? Can you tell me what your MVP is? And I'm not saying you haven't. I'm just saying these are the things that will get you more confident, more courageous, help you be a better communicator, and help you to be committed. 3 C's of love, 3 C's of intimacy. You want to become more intimate? You want epic intimacy? Then master the 3 C's: confidence, communication, commitment. And you can do that through the 3 core activities. Are you following me? Okay, those of you that are tuning in, like, I don't know what the heck this guy's talking about. You're right. You don't. I just happen to have someone that we've worked with and knows our processes and knows our strategies and skills that jumped on here. And hey, he's asking questions, so I'm going to answer him. I love that he's joining us in the morning like this and asking questions. All right. Any divorce advice? Okay. Plenty. I am a product of divorce. And look, it's hurtful. And look, the things you went through in that marriage, you can reprogram yourself to have epic. I'm living proof of it. If I can do it, you can do it. So again, more specifically, when you ask any advice for divorce people, like I've got tons of it, tons. If you want more and want to be mentored directly and coached, you can go to our school platform, SKOOL, and join us on Epic Your Life. It's a monthly subscription. Message me there. I'll work with you directly. We have our community Q&As. We have our messenger on there. We can begin communication and growth, and I can bring specific to your needs of what you need and we can work on it in that community, working on legacy and developing you as a man. Or if you're I guess it's a man, I'm gonna assume, sorry. But again, single or married is great too if you're single. But if you wanted to know what that looks like, single to married is great for even divorced people. We have quite a few on there because it is specifically to help you in the process of getting married. Fair enough? All right. Good morning, Sheila. You like my Nesbitt uniform? It's a company we just acquired, and yeah, we've got some trying out these new uniforms. We'll see if this works. It might do a blue one, or maybe this is the color. Form is valuable for all relationships. Yes and amen. Hey, you're welcome, Sheila. One of our incredible partnerships with Sheila at Live Well with Sheila. You want to check that out. She will help you to live well and help you in your physical body, mental, emotional, and relationships. She's amazingly working on her own life and leading by example. It's super powerful. Hi, everyone. Isn't life wonderful? Well, there's a nice comment. Thanks for that. What denomination are you? Oh, let's just put this guy Carlos into a box. Well, again, I do go to what's called Church of the Grove. It is a non-denomination church. I'm very grateful for the pastor, Nathan, amazing man, dear friend, and powerful leader, and has done a great job of not making it religious, but making it about relationship and connection to the Father and connection through Jesus Christ. I do believe in salvation. I do believe in that He is the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father but through Jesus, or Yeshua, as I like to say in Hebrew. However, uh, yeah, religion is not my favorite thing, but relationship and connection to the Father is. If you were to kind of sum up what I would say denomination, there's a thing called messianic. And again, I don't like to put myself in a box, but I enjoy celebrating the feasts. We do celebrate Shabbat. So Jews for Jesus, some people know it as that, but again, I don't like labels, but again, to help you understand what my wife and I love, and we have shofars, we have lots of things, but it all would tie into messianic, and again, non-denomination. And then I would say messianic just has more of some of the Judaism traditions of practicing Shabbat and the prayers in Hebrew, and it's awesome. I love it. And celebrating and acknowledging the feasts, especially the three major feasts, Shavuot, Sukkot, and Passover, Pesach. So anyways, sorry, just answering that question. Um, so again, not messianic, not Mason. We're messianic. There's a big difference. Not Masons. All right. Some other things call we're all whatever weirdo. Some of these people. All right, that's amazing, bro. Oh, thanks, Grayson. I do and I have. Good job, bro. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay, I do those things. Good. Let's read through those exercises, and have formed a lot of people too. Also, how do I connect with multiple women from the same church around my own age without them thinking I'm trying to pursue them all? Well, it's unfortunate that, yeah, again, that's your mindset, brother. I'm just trying to help you and be real. Like, it's healthy and beneficial that you connect and build relationships. Um, I think it's okay to be honest with all of them, even if you're going to coffee with different ones and hanging out with different ones, and say that I'm developing my skills in relationship, and I take it personal when I read the word and it says to love your neighbor. You're my neighbor. I want to get to know you. I want to connect with you. And um, again, it's really about connecting, and I know what happens. Believe me, I get it. That it can turn into where then as you're connecting with women and building relationships, that then they become very attached to you. Oh my goodness, it is late, isn't it? I just realized what time it is. These questions. There she is. There's my bride and my queen, Chantel. I just realized how late it is. But when questions come in, it's like fun, and I keep going. I'll end with this. I haven't. Let's see. Thinking I'm trying to pursue them all. I haven't done that yet, but don't want to go about it in any way where people don't know my process. Think I'm just trying to hit on all of them. Look, if you're doing it with honor, connecting with the women in an honoring way. You're going to coffee, building relationships, and it's beneficial for them and you both. I know that women can get emotionally attached, and so can men, and we're both capable of getting emotionally attached during that process. It's always about knowing that it is beneficial to connect and have these relationships, and then if they do start to, um, you feel that connection happening, just be honest and real with them and with others. That's the bottom line. It really is. Just be honest and real. When you're honest and real, and I remember with Jesse, it was as he narrowed down and started to have real connection with some of the women, and narrowed down to two even. Then it was like, which one do I really pursue? Because again, through this process, it's not a process of elimination; it's a process of just understanding where the deeper connection, the MVPs start to line up. But you don't know if they do until you get to know them. That's even in relationship like connection with any person, whether male or female. I mean, maybe you're want to have what we call eternal alliances. Again, that's a whole nother topic. But the point is relationships that you connect with here and beyond, like with the Father and those relationships. And so the point being, though, it's like you're learning who you want to align with, whose mission in life line up with in relationships. Like Chantel and I have a lot of couples that we are friends with, Jesse and Adina being one of them, where our missions align. We're in it together. We're yoking up in this process and changing lives and connecting. But again, I have relationships and connections and develop friendships, go to coffee, go to lunch with male and female alike that I am connecting with, Chantel's connecting with, and it's good. It's beneficial to love. And so again, I think go do it. Go do it. Just go do it, man. Start connecting with people. Start having lunch with people. Start going to coffee with people, getting to know them, asking questions, starting to understand what their MVP is as you interview them. Again, you're not going to say, "Hey, what's your MVP?" Because a lot of people don't know what that means. That's why the community, by the way, single to married, is so beneficial because people in that community do understand that language. People in that community do understand what that means. And so it is powerful to have that language in common and being able to process through those things. But I hope that's helpful, Grayson. Come back tomorrow and we'll keep this conversation going. I've got to get going. It is later than I realized. Time flies by when you're having fun and answering questions. Thanks to everyone for your participation today. And yeah, there are always silly comments, but then those who really were genuine with your comments and connection and asking questions, it was good. Thanks, Grayson. God bless you. Have a great day. We'll see you later on. Probably going to pop back on here with Chantel and a few, possibly, or maybe not today. We got lots of things, appointments and things, but